Is your retirement strategy built on a rule of thumb? For decades, the 4% rule has been the most quoted shortcut in retirement planning. Spend 4% of your savings each year, and supposedly you'll be fine. But here's the problem: rules of thumb do not know you. And in a 30-year retirement, following them blindly can be disastrous. Think of the 4% rule like a compass. It can point you north, but it cannot show you the terrain. It doesn't warn you about storms or mountains you cannot cross or the valleys you will need to navigate. The compass is simple, but is not enough for a journey this complex. Here's a spreadsheet showing a retirement portfolio assuming 6% growth with a 4% withdrawal rate. You don't have to be a genius to know that math works. And on paper, it looks great. You will not run out of money if those returns are served up year after year on a silver platter. No bear markets, no inflation shocks, no surprises. But ask the people who retired in 2008 how that spreadsheet math worked out for them. Retirement is not lived in a spreadsheet. That's theory. Now let us talk about the reality of retirement. Real retirement doesn't happen in straight lines. Markets move. Inflation rises and falls. Healthcare events pop up. And your lifestyle, your goals, they'll change along the way. A static rule like 4% can't handle that complexity. It just keeps pointing north, even if there's a cliff ahead. That's where goals-based planning comes in. Instead of giving you a single rule, it's like a GPS running all the time. It takes in the terrain, market volatility, inflation, longevity, healthcare, and it recalculates in real time. You can see not just whether your plan works, but how secure it is under thousands of different scenarios. The real power is in the flexibility. With goals-based planning, you can test. What if I retire a few years earlier? What if I add more travel early in retirement? What happens if healthcare costs spike? Instead of leaving you blindfolded, the plan shows you the trade-offs and, more importantly, how to adapt. But here's where we take it further. Goals-based planning gives you the probability of success. That is only half the story. We also pair it with cash flow planning, because it's not just about whether the numbers work on paper. It's about where the dollars actually come from. When you retire, your paycheck stops. You don't just need to know how much you can spend. You need to know which accounts that money's actually coming from, how it flows to you, and what the tax impact is. That's why in our Retirement Pathfinder system, we connect the goals-based planning with your real-life cash flow. Social Security, pensions, investment accounts, and savings to build what we call your retirement paycheck. We recorded an entire video on this concept showing how we design a steady and sustainable income stream for retirees. But the key point here is this: a rule of thumb can never tell you how to build a paycheck. It only gives you a percentage. Real planning shows you the sources of income, how they fit together, and how to adjust over time. So let me ask you again, is your retirement built on a rule of thumb or on a plan designed for you? The 4% rule might point you in the right direction, but it will not get you there safely. Retirement deserves more than a compass. You need a GPS that adapts as life changes. And that is what our Retirement Pathfinder system is all about: finding your path no matter the terrain. And if you're not sure what goals-based planning could look like for you, that's exactly why we created the Retirement First Look. It's your chance to take the first step in the path forward. No rules of thumb, just your numbers, your goals, and a smarter way to begin your journey.